Hey guys, this is the new Tippmann A5 M14, custom modified. I thought I'd show you what I put on it in case you too feel like making yourself an A5 M14. Let's start down by the buttstock. And down here, this is a real M14 stock, taken off of an M14. You could always use an airsoft M14, but it doesn't really matter. In the back we have a metal butt plate, which is not that comfortable compared to some rubber butt plates, but it's a nice one. It's flippable. You can flip it up. Inside you have a nice compartment. Let's see if I can get it up in the light here. It's not very useful, but you know what? I could stick some Allen keys. I don't know what I could stick in there. I don't know. I'll find a use for it. Then we're gonna move up for the this nice little cheek rest. It is adjustable on the other side. Just put some screws in it. Cheek rest isn't that hard to make. Just throw some screws in the side of the buttstock. Get yourself a nice piece of plastic. Cut into it. Let's move up here. This is a nice trigger. It is not the A5 trigger. If you notice, that is a fairly long distance for the trigger. The trigger is actually located about right here. We had to actually take the M14 trigger and then place a piece of metal, if you can see it. Let's see if I could zoom in. No, that hole right there is a piece of metal attached to another piece of metal, which is attached to the A5 trigger. So whenever I pull this trigger, it pulls the A5 trigger. I can show it to you. The A5 trigger is right here. See it move? That is mechanics and engineering at its best. The other side, nice sling mount here. Sling mounts down here, and on the other side it is built in. It's not going anywhere. Then you have your cocking lever. Cock it once and you're ready to go. We have the mag is custom. I've taken the M14 mag off the gun, just completely gutted the entire thing out, put a rubber casing over it, and fed a customized remote line adapter through the bottom. That is the nipple feed. For this gun, you cannot directly link a CO2 or compressed air can to the gun. You have to use a remote line adapter, but it's protected by that plastic, so this is safe. It's not going to break. It's not going to bust on you. It's got red lock sealant, which is used on real weapons. Then we have the 50-round tack hopper, which I prefer over any other hopper when trying to use a sniper rifle, because one, you're sniping, you don't need that many rounds until you have to reload. Two, it's a low profile, it's out of the way of your scope, and it's nice and low. There's nothing for the enemy to shoot at, nothing sticking out. When you're playing scenario and they're sticking tape around your hopper, it's less noticeable. It's very easy to clean. There's no ball jams. All you do is flip this open. I could directly see if there's something going on in there. I don't have to take off my hopper or anything. I can give it a good pump. Very easy maintenance. Took off the front sight because that would be in the way unless I wanted to use iron sights, but that looked more like a 50 on an M14 now, would it? The scope is a 4x32. It can zoom in and out. I got the nice little shades, protections for it, and I think the back one's a night shade too. Yeah, it is. Look at that. But it's a nice gun. It's all metal. Then I have down here is 2 tack rails. The one came off, surprisingly. It just got loose. I'll just screw that back in on later. But this is the back tack rail. Hooked up the bipod to it. Just click the sides here. Bipod goes up. Hit the spring. Boom, that pops out. Spring loaded in case you need to adjust on if you're sniping from downhill or if you're sniping from a position that's not really the height that the bipod's meant for. Moving on to the barrel. The barrel is an 18-inch ops gear flatline fluted barrel. It does the same thing as your standard A5 flatline barrel, except it's not as bulky, and it's very long. It's for basically a sniper barrel. Also camo painted, the entire thing, just waterproof spray paint. It's really nice. Stays on your gun well, even if shot or scratched off. It really doesn't come off. It's nice paint. I suggest if you're gonna buy paint, you're gonna paint your gun, don't let anyone else do it but yourself. Tell me, trust me, I know what I'm talking about. The cocking mechanism is really nice for an A5s. A5s are probably the nicest gun if you're going to make your own custom modification towards it. I'm going to get a shooting and accuracy video after this. So to run up and get some compressed air at the nearest paintball field. But that is the end of my video. Thanks for watching. Follow the link to the next movie.